Stop. Before you scroll away, you need to hear this number. 1.9 million people are facing catastrophic hunger right now, the highest number ever recorded. That's not some distant future problem. That's today. And here's what they're not telling you on the news. Food prices are about to jump another 5% in 2025, making it a 40% increase in just 5 years. 1/3 of all food is being lost before it even reaches your grocery store, and the trucks that do make it through are carrying less and costing more. I'm about to show you the 50 items that could literally mean the difference between your family eating or going hungry when the supply chain finally snaps. And we're counting down from 50 to 1, because item number 1, it's not what you think, and it could save your life. But first, if this information helps you protect your family, smash that like button and share this with everyone you care about. Because when the shelves go empty, it'll be too late to wish you'd prepared. Let's dive in. Item 50. Honey. Let me tell you something that'll blow your mind. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. And guess what? Still perfectly edible. That's not a coincidence. Honey is literally nature's miracle food. It never spoils because bacteria can't survive in it. During the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, families who had honey stores were the ones who made it through when sugar became impossible to find. Today, with food prices jumping and supply chains cracking, honey gives you sweetness, energy, and even works as medicine for sore throats and wounds. Stock up on the raw, unprocessed stuff. It's like having liquid gold in your pantry. Item 49. Dark chocolate. Now, I know you're thinking, seriously, chocolate? But hear me out. Climate change will impact several food chain-related elements such as agricultural output, incomes, prices, food access, food quality, and food safety, and cocoa farming is getting absolutely hammered. West Africa produces 70% of the world's cocoa, and droughts there have already sent chocolate prices through the roof. But here's the real kicker. Dark chocolate isn't just comfort food. It's packed with antioxidants. It boosts mood when everything feels hopeless. And historically, chocolate was so valuable that Aztecs used cocoa beans as currency. During World War II, Hershey's created special ration bars for soldiers specifically because chocolate provides quick energy and keeps morale up when the world is falling apart. Item 48. Instant coffee. You might think coffee is a luxury, but I'm telling you, it's survival psychology 101. During the siege of Sarajevo in the 1990s, coffee became so precious that people would risk sniper fire to get it. Why? Because coffee represents normalcy. It's that morning routine that keeps you human when everything else is chaos. Plus, caffeine is a mild painkiller and keeps you alert when you need to be. Instant coffee lasts forever, takes no electricity to make, and honestly, when you're running on 3 hours of sleep during a crisis, it might just save your sanity. Item 47. Tea bags. Tea isn't just a drink. It's medicine that's been tested for thousands of years. Green tea fights infections, chamomile calms nerves, ginger tea settles stomachs, and black tea gives you caffeine when coffee runs out. During the Irish potato famine, families survived on nothing but tea and whatever scraps they could find. Tea bags are lightweight, last forever, and when fresh herbs become unavailable, these little packets become your natural pharmacy. Plus, the ritual of making tea, that 5 minutes of steeping, gives you a moment of peace when everything feels out of control. Item 46. Vitamins. Here's something most people don't realize. During the Great Depression, malnutrition killed more people than starvation. People had food, but not the right nutrition, and their immune systems collapsed. Scurvy, rickets, night blindness, diseases we think are ancient started showing up because people couldn't afford diverse diets. When done properly, food storage can last 20, 30 plus years, but even stored food loses nutritional value over time. A good multivitamin, vitamin C, and vitamin D can literally keep your family healthy when fresh produce becomes a memory. It's insurance for your immune system. Item 45. Baking soda. This humble white powder is like having a mini drugstore and cleaning supply closet in one box. I'm talking toothpaste when Colgate disappears, deodorant when stores are empty, antacid when stress gives you heartburn, and cleaning solution when disinfectants are gone. During the 1800s, families kept massive containers of baking soda because it was literally their everything cleaner. It puts out grease fires, removes stains, neutralizes odors, and can even help with heartburn. One box, 100 uses, and it lasts basically forever if kept dry. Item 44. Apple cider vinegar. The pioneers weren't messing around when they brought barrels of this stuff across the country. Apple cider vinegar is antibacterial, antifungal, and has been used as medicine for over 2,000 years. Hippocrates prescribed it for everything from coughs to wounds. During cholera outbreaks in the 1800s, families who regularly consumed vinegar had lower infection rates. Today, it helps with digestion, can lower blood sugar, and works as a natural preservative for other foods. Plus, it's one of those items that actually improves with age. Item 43. Coconut oil. This stuff is like nature's Swiss Army knife. You can cook with it, use it as moisturizer, treat cuts and scrapes, and it even works as deodorant in a pinch. Extreme weather events, such as droughts, floods, and heat waves, degrade soil health, disrupt planting schedules, and diminish crop yields, but coconut oil has a shelf life of 3 years without refrigeration. During World War II, medics used coconut oil to treat wounds when proper medical supplies ran out. It's naturally antibacterial and antifungal, which means it's basically medicine you can eat or put on your skin. Item 42. Soap bars. When hygiene becomes critical for survival, soap isn't a luxury. It's literally life or death. During the 1918 pandemic, cities with better sanitation had significantly lower death rates. Bar soap lasts longer than liquid soap, doesn't require special packaging, and works in cold water. The Spanish flu taught us that clean hands save lives, and COVID reminded us again. Stock up on plain, unscented bars. They're concentrated cleaning power that'll last your family months. Item 41. Toothpaste. This might seem minor until you realize that dental infections can literally kill you. Before modern dentistry, tooth abscesses were a common cause of death. During disasters, when dentists aren't available and hospitals are overwhelmed, a simple cavity can become life-threatening. The fluoride in toothpaste prevents decay, and keeping your mouth healthy keeps your whole immune system stronger. Canned foods are often safe to eat beyond their expiration date, but the quality may decline. Same principle applies to toothpaste. It might lose some potency, but it'll still keep your teeth from rotting. Item 40. Garlic powder. Garlic isn't just flavor. It's been used as medicine for over 5,000 years. During both World Wars, garlic was called Russian penicillin because it was used to treat infections when actual antibiotics weren't available. Fresh garlic spoils quickly, but garlic powder lasts for years and packs almost the same health benefits. It's antibacterial, antiviral, and can help lower blood pressure. Plus, when you're eating the same bland foods day after day, garlic makes everything taste like it has some personality. Item 39. Onion powder. Onions have been keeping people alive for thousands of years. They're natural antibiotics, they add flavor to literally everything, and onion powder concentrates all that goodness into something that'll last in your pantry for years. During the Civil War, General Ulysses S. Grant refused to move his troops without onions because he knew they prevented scurvy and dysentery. When fresh onions are $5 a pound or simply unavailable, onion powder gives you that essential flavor and nutrition. Item 38. Black pepper. Here's a mind bender. Black pepper was once so valuable it was literally used as currency. In ancient Rome, rent was sometimes paid in peppercorns. Why? Because pepper doesn't just add flavor, it helps your body absorb nutrients better, especially iron and other minerals. When you're living on basic staples, pepper makes your body use that nutrition more efficiently. Plus, it's naturally antimicrobial, so it helps preserve food naturally. Item 37. Hot sauce. I'm dead serious about this one. Hot sauce isn't just about heat. Capsaicin, the stuff that makes peppers hot, is a natural painkiller and mood booster. During the Korean War, American soldiers would literally trade cigarettes for hot sauce because spicy food made their rations bearable. When you're eating the same canned beans for the fifth day straight, hot sauce is what keeps you from losing your mind. It also helps preserve food naturally and can make contaminated water safer to drink because bacteria hate capsaicin. Item 36. Bouillon cubes. These little flavor bombs are concentrated nutrition and comfort. A single cube can turn plain rice into something that actually tastes like food. During the Great Depression, families would stretch one chicken by making soup with bouillon cubes and whatever vegetables they could find. The sodium helps your body retain water when you're under stress, and the familiar taste of chicken or beef broth triggers comfort responses in your brain. It's psychological survival food. Item 35. Vanilla extract. Real vanilla extract is basically edible alcohol with incredible flavor. The alcohol content means it never goes bad, and vanilla has been used for centuries to reduce anxiety and improve mood. During rationing in World War II, bakers would use vanilla extract to make basic ingredients taste special. When flour, sugar, and eggs are all you have, vanilla turns them into something that reminds you of better times. It's comfort in a bottle. Item 34. Baking powder. Without baking powder, you're stuck eating flat, dense bread that'll make you miserable. Baking powder is what makes pancakes fluffy, biscuits light, and bread actually edible. Use oxygen absorbers to prolong shelf life by adding one of the small packets to each container before sealing, and baking powder stores beautifully with this method. During the Dust Bowl, families who knew how to make decent bread with their stored flour were the ones who kept their spirits up when everything else was falling apart. Item 33. Yeast. Active dry yeast is literally alive, and it can stay dormant for years if stored properly. Bread is one of humanity's oldest comfort foods, and there's something deeply psychological about the smell of baking bread that says home and safety. During medieval famines, communities that knew how to make bread from stored grains survived better than those who didn't. Fresh bread can turn the most basic ingredients into a meal that feeds both body and soul. Item 32. Worcestershire sauce. This funky, umami-packed sauce can transform bland protein into something incredible. It's fermented, which means it's full of beneficial bacteria that help digestion, and it literally never goes bad. British soldiers carried it throughout their empire because it made local foods taste familiar. A few drops can make canned meat taste like a real meal, and the complex flavors trick your brain into thinking you're eating something much more elaborate than you actually are. Item 31. Soy sauce. Soy sauce is fermented soybeans, which means it's complete protein in liquid form. It's been keeping people alive in Asia for over 2,000 years, and it literally cannot spoil because of the fermentation process. During World War II, Japanese families surviving on rice and whatever they could forage would use soy sauce to make everything taste like a real meal. The umami flavor makes your brain think you're eating meat even when you're not, and the salt content helps your body retain water during stress. Item 30. Canned tomatoes. Tomatoes are the base of more cuisines than any other single ingredient. Italian, Mexican, Indian, Middle Eastern, they all start with tomatoes. Canned tomatoes actually have more lycopene than fresh ones because the canning process breaks down the cell walls and makes the nutrients more available. During the Irish potato famine, families who had access to canned tomatoes had significantly better nutrition than those surviving on potatoes alone. One can of crushed tomatoes can become soup, sauce, stew base, or just eat it straight when you need vitamins. Item 29. Canned corn. Corn provides calories, fiber, and essential nutrients, and it tastes good even straight from the can. Native Americans called corn the gift of the gods because it could sustain entire communities through harsh winters. Modern canned corn retains most of its nutritional value and provides quick energy when you need it most. During the Dust Bowl, families would eat canned corn straight because it was sweet enough to feel like a treat when sugar was unavailable. Item 28. Canned green beans. Green vegetables are what separate surviving from thriving. Canned green beans provide vitamin K, vitamin C, and fiber that your digestive system needs to process all those grains and legumes you'll be eating. They also add color to your meals, which is more important than you think. Monotonous brown and beige foods will depress you faster than hunger will. Visual variety keeps your mind healthy. Item 27. Canned carrots. Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A. Without vitamin A, you develop night blindness and your immune system collapses. During World War II, the British spread propaganda that carrots helped pilots see in the dark to hide the fact that they had developed radar. But the thing is, carrots actually do help with night vision, and when you're living through a crisis, being able to see clearly in low light could save your life. Item 26. Canned peaches. Sometimes survival is as much about mental health as physical health. Canned peaches are sweet, familiar, and comforting. During the Great Depression, a can of peaches was often saved for Sunday dinner because it felt special enough to be a dessert. The natural sugars provide quick energy, and the familiarity of the taste can calm anxiety and remind you of better times. It's psychological medicine in a can. Item 25. Canned pears. Pears are gentle on the digestive system, which matters when you're under stress and eating foods your body isn't used to. They're also high in fiber, which keeps your digestive system working when you're eating a lot of processed and preserved foods. During cholera outbreaks in the 1800s, doctors recommended pears because they were less likely to cause digestive distress than other fruits. Item 24. Canned pineapple. Pineapple is a vitamin C powerhouse, and vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy, a disease that killed more sailors than storms or battles. The enzymes in pineapple also help digest protein, which is crucial when you're eating a lot of beans and canned meat. Plus, the tropical sweetness provides a psychological escape when everything around you feels cold and harsh. Item 23. Applesauce. Applesauce is easy to digest, perfect for when stress upsets your stomach, and children will eat it even when they're refusing everything else. During the 1918 flu pandemic, applesauce was often the only food sick people could keep down. It provides quick energy, doesn't require chewing when your jaw hurts from stress, and the familiar taste of apples triggers childhood comfort responses. Item 22. Canned tuna. Tuna is complete protein that requires no cooking and no refrigeration. MREs, commonly used by the military, have a shelf life of around 3 years, but canned tuna can last much longer. During World War II, tuna became the primary protein source for families when meat rationing made beef and pork unavailable. It's omega-3 fatty acids for brain health, complete amino acids for muscle maintenance, and it mixes with literally anything to make a complete meal. Item 21. Canned salmon. Salmon is brain food. The omega-3 fatty acids keep your mind sharp when everything around you is chaos. During the Alaska Gold Rush, canned salmon kept miners alive through brutal winters when fresh food was impossible to get. It's more nutritious than tuna, has all the essential amino acids your body needs. And the bones, if you get bone in salmon, provide calcium that keeps your skeleton strong when dairy isn't available. Item 20. Pasta. Pasta is cheap calories that kids will actually eat, and keeping children happy during a crisis is survival strategy 101. 1 pound of pasta can feed a family of 4, and it pairs with literally anything. Canned tomatoes, canned meat, just butter and salt. During World War II, Italian families survived almost entirely on pasta and whatever they could forage. It's comfort food that fills you up and doesn't require any special skills to prepare. Item 19. Instant mashed potatoes. I know, they're not real potatoes. But when you add hot water to instant mashed potatoes and suddenly your shelter smells like Thanksgiving dinner, that psychological boost is worth its weight in gold. During the Irish potato famine, families who had access to any form of potatoes survived better than those without. Potatoes are complete nutrition. You can literally live on potatoes and butter alone for months. Item 18. Crackers. Saltine crackers settle upset stomachs, provide quick energy, and pair with everything from peanut butter to canned meat. During the Civil War, hardtack crackers kept soldiers alive when supply lines were cut. Modern crackers are much more palatable and provide the same function: portable, shelf-stable carbohydrates that turn other ingredients into actual meals. Item 17. Oats. Oats are slow-burning energy that keeps you full for hours. Some basic foods do need more frequent rotation, such as vegetable oil every 1 to 2 years, but oats can last decades if stored properly. Steel-cut oats, rolled oats, instant oats, they all provide fiber, protein, and complex carbohydrates. Scottish Highlanders survived brutal winters on oats and whatever else they could find. Oatmeal is comfort food that sticks to your ribs and keeps you warm from the inside. Item 16. Quinoa. Quinoa is a complete protein disguised as a grain. The Incas called it Chisaya Mama, meaning mother of all grains, because you could survive on quinoa alone. It has all 9 essential amino acids that your body can't make itself. When meat becomes scarce or too expensive, quinoa provides the protein building blocks your muscles need to stay strong. Plus, it cooks faster than rice and has more flavor than plain grains. Item 15. Barley. Barley has been keeping people alive for over 10,000 years. It's one of humanity's oldest crops because it grows in harsh conditions where other grains fail. Barley soup was the staple food of Roman gladiators because it provided steady energy for physical exertion. It's also one of the best grains for making alcohol, which might matter more than you think if civilization takes a temporary vacation. Item 14. Bread, vacuum sealed. Modern vacuum-sealed bread can last 6 months without refrigeration, and bread is psychological comfort that's hard to replace. There's a reason. Breaking bread is a universal symbol of peace and friendship. When everything feels uncertain, a slice of real bread with whatever you can put on it feels like civilization hasn't completely collapsed. It's morale food that keeps your humanity intact. Item 13. Tortillas. Tortillas are edible plates that turn anything into a meal. Beans and rice become burritos. Canned meat becomes tacos. Peanut butter becomes a wrap. During the Mexican Revolution, armies survived on tortillas and whatever they could forage because tortillas made everything else more filling and easier to eat. They're also flatbread, which means they pack efficiently and don't crumble like other breads. Item 12. Cereal. This one's really for the kids. When their world has been turned upside down, familiar breakfast helps maintain some sense of normalcy. Cereal also provides fortified vitamins that growing children need, and it's one of the few foods that tastes exactly the same, whether times are good or bad. Sometimes keeping the kids happy is what keeps the adults sane enough to make good decisions. Item 11. Pancake mix. Just add water, and suddenly you can make fresh, hot breakfast that smells like normal life. Pancakes are comfort food that requires minimal ingredients but provides maximum psychological impact. During the Great Depression, pancake breakfasts on Sunday morning helped families feel like they still had some dignity and normalcy. The smell of pancakes cooking says home and safety in a way that few other foods can match. Item 10. Canned chicken. Real chicken that lasts for years. This isn't some mystery meat. It's actual chicken breast or thigh meat that's been pressure cooked and sealed. During Hurricane Katrina, families with canned chicken could make real meals while everyone else was fighting over MREs. You can eat it cold, mix it with pasta, make soup, or just eat it straight from the can. It's familiar protein that doesn't require any special preparation or skills. Item 9. Spam. Yeah, I said spam, and I'm not apologizing. During World War II, Spam kept Allied forces alive across the Pacific. It's pre-cooked pork that lasts forever, packs 16 grams of protein per serving, and actually tastes pretty good when you're hungry enough. The people of Hawaii still eat more Spam per capita than anywhere else in America because their grandparents learned it was reliable protein when everything else was rationed. Don't be food proud during a crisis. Item 8. Canned beef. Whether it's roast beef, beef stew, or just chunks of beef in broth, canned beef provides the iron and B vitamins that your body craves. During the siege of Leningrad, families who had any access to canned meat survived the 872-day blockade better than those without. Red meat provides heme iron, which your body absorbs much better than plant-based iron. When you're under stress and not eating perfectly, that bioavailable nutrition matters. Item 7. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is calorie-dense, protein-rich, and loved by almost everyone. During the Great Depression, peanut butter and crackers was often the only protein families could afford. 2 tablespoons provide 190 calories and 8 grams of protein. It doesn't require cooking, it doesn't spoil, and it provides healthy fats that your brain needs to function. Plus, it's comfort food that makes even the darkest times feel a little more manageable. Item 6. Dried beans. Beans are complete nutrition when combined with grains. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans, they're all protein powerhouses that last for decades when stored properly. Estimated shelf life for many products has increased to 30 years or more for properly stored beans. Throughout history, civilizations that figured out beans and grains survived and thrived. They're cheap, filling, and provide the amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle tissue. Item 5. Lentils. Lentils cook faster than beans, pack more protein than most meats, and have been keeping people alive for over 13,000 years. They don't require soaking, they're easy to digest, and they absorb whatever flavors you add to them. During medieval famines, lentil soup was often the difference between life and death. Red lentils, green lentils, black lentils. They're all nutritional superstars that turn from hard little discs into creamy, filling meals in less than 30 minutes. Item 4. Canned fish. Sardines. I know. Nobody wants to eat sardines, but sardines have more nutrition per ounce than almost any other food on the planet. They're packed with omega-3s, calcium, because you eat the bones, protein, and vitamin D. During World War II, sardines were so nutritionally valuable that they were rationed. Portuguese fishermen have lived on sardines and bread for centuries. They're small fish, which means less mercury, and they're sustainable protein that'll be available when larger fish aren't. Item 3. Eggs. Powdered. Powdered eggs are real eggs that have been dehydrated. They provide complete protein, healthy fats, and can be reconstituted into scrambled eggs used in baking or eaten as is for quick protein. During World War II, powdered eggs kept Britain alive when fresh eggs were rationed to 1 per person per week. Modern powdered eggs taste much better than the old military versions, and they're shelf-stable for years. They're the building blocks of life in a can. Item 2. Rice. White rice, specifically. I know brown rice is healthier, but white rice lasts forever, and brown rice goes rancid. Rice feeds more people on this planet than any other single food source. Entire civilizations have been built on rice agriculture. It's bland, which means it pairs with everything. It's easy to digest when you're sick, and it provides steady carbohydrates that keep your blood sugar stable. Asian cultures have survived famines, wars, and disasters on rice, and whatever else they could find. It's the ultimate survival food because it works. Item 1. Water. Okay, technically this isn't a grocery item, but it's the most critical thing you can store. You can survive 30 days without food if you have to. You'll be dead in 3 days without water. Authorities recommend storing at least 3 days' worth of food for an emergency, but they also recommend 1 gallon of water per person per day, and that's just for drinking. You need water for cooking rice, rehydrating beans, mixing pancake batter, and basic hygiene. Food access and its stability may be affected through disruption of markets, prices, infrastructure, transport, and that includes water infrastructure. Store water in food-grade containers, rotate it every 6 months, and have purification tablets as backup. Water is life, literally. Now look, I know this list seems overwhelming. I know it seems expensive. I know it seems like I'm being paranoid. But here's the thing. Natural disasters, power outages, global pandemics, political unrest, and even war can strike without warning. And being prepared means being able to weather these storms without panic. Every single item on this list has kept people alive during actual disasters, actual famines, actual wars. You don't have to buy everything at once. Start with 5 items this week, 5 more next week. But start now, while these things are still available, still affordable, and while there's no panic buying. Because when the trucks stop coming, when the shelves go empty, when everyone else is fighting over the last can of beans, you won't be. You'll be home, feeding your family, and grateful that you listened when there was still time to prepare. I just gave you a roadmap that could save your family when 1.9 million people are already facing catastrophic hunger. But here's the brutal truth. Most people watching this will do absolutely nothing. They'll think, oh, that's interesting, and scroll to the next video. Don't be most people. The smart money is already moving. They're not waiting for permission, they're not waiting for confirmation, and they're definitely not waiting for the crisis to hit the news. If this list could help your family survive what's coming, then smash that like button and share this with everyone you care about. Because when the shelves go empty, and they will, you'll either be prepared or you'll be panicked. Your family's next meal could depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Don't let them down. And if you want more survival content that could save your life, subscribe and hit that notification bell, because what's coming next will shock you even more.